Alright, it's about day 10 or so in Arknights Endfield since launch. In the previous segment, I kind of finished MSQ and then did some base optimization and then called it a day and said I was done streaming the game until new factory stuff comes out. So this is a very short addendum video with a little bit of fixes and other findings, just so that my quote-unquote final math is correct. I'll just go over the mistakes, or rather the extra things that I discovered. The first thing, I guess, go to the production screen. I'm pretty sure there's a keyboard shortcut for this, but I keep forgetting about it. So, coming to here and going to Valley 4. The first thing I've discovered was that I had one untapped Ferrium Ore node, and it brings that total up to 1080, which makes a lot of sense because everything else is like multiples of 60. Like, it seems very, very intentional that things are multiple of 60 because a lot of the maths is based on multiples of 30. So, along with the fact that meta storage transfer does not actually deduct from the Ferrium, the source stockpile, it just duplicates it out of nothing. So I have a full 1080 to use, and Amethyst Ore is 240. I have something else going on here, but it's not hooked up, I believe. I believe it is explosives. So 240 is being used, that's all the ore on the map. And Originium is 540. So, and it's making 18 HC Valley Battery, 18 Buck Capsule A. These two alone are enough to kind of like buy off all the stock builds that the outposts are producing. Everything on the map is upgraded, just as a refresher. And instead of making bottles, I'm making Canned Citrome C. Like, it's a little bit of a deprecation, but it stocks much higher than the bottles, because bottles stock up to 80k and then that's it. But then this compresses more and this stocks more. So it's a bit of a trade-off, just as a head start for whenever there's new content or whatever. Then, oh wow, like if there's another outpost, I can like dump it all in there and whatever. It's obviously like very, very in case of emergency break glass, because I think Valley 4 is done and then Wuling is the one that's going to get upgraded for now. But yeah, so after that I checked what other people are doing, and it does seem like 18 plus 18 is the intended maxed out math for this. So yeah, I'm on the right track here. So I was been like looking at what people are sharing in terms of blueprints and all that, and with the caveat that in a factory game, if it works, it works. You know, there is no wrong way to build stuff if it's getting you what you want. There is one particular full hub that's being shared in pieces, and I think my perspective is a little bit unfortunate that that's the one that's been taking off, because the way that it's structured is so incoherent that people are not going to be able to learn anything from it. Like piecing it together, maybe you can, but it's just a lot more complicated than it needs to be. And I personally believe that the way to put stuff together for this game really is in the batches of 6 per minute. That seems very, very intentional, and all my blueprints and builds are basically leveraging that. Excuse me. And the spacing at both the hub and the outpost do work towards that as well. So I kind of have a set of alternative blueprints that I'll be linking in this description of this video. Like, again, I'm not a content creator. I don't like have anything to gain from this stuff going popular or whatever. It's just that since I've already made it, and other people, especially in Asia where you can just download a blueprint, since it's there to be used, I'm just sharing it for whoever else might want to take a look at what I've been doing. So yeah, that is in I'll go through the builds themselves as well. So that's Valley 4, and in Wuling, the build is 12 per minute Wuling Battery, 6 per minute times 2 builds, and then right now I'm making Yazhen Xiranite 6 per minute, And the way that works is there's 90 per minute on the map right now, and I'm getting another 25 per minute, so that's 115 per minute out of 120 per minute that's actually needed. So like every 50 minutes it'll turn down to 90 per minute for 10 minutes, and then you go back up. But it's more or less almost there because the average is 115 per minute. And yeah, so I'm more or less considering it 6 per minute in terms of the calculations for the Wuling stock build profit and so on and so forth. It's very, very close. So let's go take a look at the builds themselves. They haven't changed from the previous the previous segment where I said I was done, except for the Wuling Battery build, and I'll go into that later. So going to Valley 4, I'll go to the hub first because it does have both major builds that I'm using. 6 per minute HC battery and then 6 per minute Buck Capsule A. Both can be shown here, and the Citrome build is also here. So let's take a look. This way. So this is a singular 6 per minute HC battery, and it's taking let's see, 120 Ferrium Ore and 180 Originium Ore in the middle. The reason that I kind of redid this is just so that I can sneak in the shredders here, which is a very popular technique for people who are trying to min-max space, and I am absolutely trying to min-max space. So it all combines together into HC battery, which goes into the protocol space here. There's a second protocol space to store the extra Sandleaf Powder, because this build takes 150 and this makes multiple of 90, so I'm making 180, and the extra 30 is going in here. And the reason I'm using a different one is if you're using the same one and the Sandleaf backs up, then the batteries will stop going in and then the entire base shuts down. And it seems to be something that a lot of people are running into. So that's just, the easiest way to avoid it is to have it separate. So if a Sandleaf ever backs up, the batteries will still get into the depot and go out wherever you're burning them for power. This is another HD battery build, and this one doesn't have the second set of Sandleaf because it is taking the Sandleaf powder out of depot, 2 extra. So 90 is being made plus 30 for 150 in the build because there is 5 grinders in the build. And what I did here is just kind of like optimize the build a little bit just in case I need this bus space to get more stuff out. Right now I don't need it, but in future, who knows. So what I have here on the other hand is my Buckleaf build. It's taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 240 Ferrium Ore. And the other materials are being made on site. Nothing is coming out. There's no extra like Sandleaf dust or whatever coming out here. It's all just grown on site, packaged up instantly, and this straight goes to Buckleaf and then it goes back to the depot. So this is 6 per minute Buckleaf A in a square, well, in a rectangle, more or less. And this is 6 per minute of the battery, HC Valley battery, and then it's duplicated once here. My other outposts actually have 2 more of this and 1 more of this, which is why it's 18 plus 18. And over here is my Citrome build. It's much simpler, so I just stuffed in all 24 per minute. 24 per minute is using, if I'm not mistaken, 240, yeah, it's 240 Amethyst Ore, and it just goes in here and becomes 24 of the Canned Citrome C. Like I said, I'm making this instead of bottles just because it compresses better. Like the actual sell price isn't as good, but it hardly matters at this point because I'm just robbing the outposts dry. They literally do not have enough money to pay me. So yeah, this is 24 per minute, and it's another different blueprint. So what I kind of do is this actually goes into depot bus, but since I kind of want to make it neat or neater, I'm using my hub at 6 inputs and then having 2 more coming out from here rather than having all 8 come out and then make a giant like snake out here. So that's what's going on. And like I said, the other free outposts are just duplicates of the 6 per minute build. If you go here, and this actually has my power as well. So this is a power bay, 5 burners, well, thermal banks, not burners, burning the HT battery. So I have a surplus of 13 that I can use. 18 minus 5. Well, sorry, no, that's not the way it works. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times 1.5, 7.5. So I have a surplus of 10.5. That's it that I'm selling. And the rest is powering my base. I can't remove anymore because this is how much I'm using. So if you look at the outpost here, it is the exact same thing as the 6 per minute battery build in the main base. It's just, like I said, it's just very nicely packaged up like this, without any wasted space. I mean, that probably is a little bit more that I can optimize, but there's no point. Like right now, I'm just looking at this. I can just actually put this here and then put this here. Oh no. But I'm not gonna start. It's a fucking rabbit hole. But yeah, this has a lot of extra space compared to the build that people are sharing, where you know there's a whole bunch of greenhouses in one hub, and then it all goes in a depot, and then the greens come back out in another place. There's just a lot of wasted space. So if I ever need to do stuff like make equipment or make bombs or whatever, there's plenty of space in each outpost. So this is another 6, so 12 in the hub and 6 here is 18. And the other 2 are exactly the same. It's just basically another 6 Buckleaf A each. Again, very modular, the exact same thing copy pasted from the hub. So it's very easy to understand. See, this is the exact same thing as the hub. And like I said, it's so neat. Like this outpost size across is just nice for this to fit in. So having one here, oh, I have explosives going here. That's what's going on. But I disconnected it. Actually, I not disconnected. I just like turned off the send back to depot just so that I have 300. 300 is enough. I do not need 80,000 explosives. 300 is more than enough. Then whenever we take this, it will take out a little bit more Amethyst Ore. So 6 here. The other one's identical, but just to show for the hell of it. We look at it, it's the exact same thing. Another 6 per minute Buckleaf A. Yeah. Exact same thing. So yeah, the total numbers again is pretty much agreed upon by the community. 18 plus 18, and like I said, I'm doing 24. Even though it deprecates the value a little bit, I'm okay with that because I can store more of it. And yeah, like I said, this makes mega money. Like they do not have enough stock bills to pay. So as ever, whenever I want to turn this in, I will change this to have the second tag just so that I get 20% more out of it. Why is he dying? Alright, see. Straight up 1 million bucks. Just like that. Change it back just so that they regen their stock builds faster. The third tag is the one that you want for idle, just so that it regen faster. Same thing here. Change this to, I believe it was Ember. Yep. Second tag. Sell all the rest of this. There we go. Change it back. Until is a godsend, man. I don't need to change anything because it got both second and third tag. The first one's only important for growing it, but I'm already maxed out. So boom. It's like 2 million, just like that. And I believe it's around like 4 million a day. I'll do the exact maths and get that in the description as well. But yeah, it's over 4 million a day if done properly. So that's the final build for Valley 4. And going over to Wuling. I was having a little bit of fun and making like circular builds like I fucking do in Foundry and Satisfactory and whatever else. Like Foundry is a tile-based game. You don't need to make circular builds anymore. And Folk goes, "No, fuck you. I'm making circles. Fuck you. Like fuck this. The square grid, man. The square can make circles if you zoom out far enough." So just to show again. I think it was at the start of this video. I was at that position, but just to look at it again. There's a pipe in a circle, sending water all over the place. So I fixed my Wuling Battery build. Basically, I found out after I was done that what do you call that? The plants in this region actually make 2 carbon per cycle. No, not this. Refining unit, there we go. This is Yazhen going and it makes 2. All the Valley 4 plants make 1. So I had actually 2 sets of the plants to make carbon, and then I found out that I can just have 1 set using Yazhen instead. And even better still is it only needs 1 planting unit and 1 seed picking unit instead of the 2-to-1 ratio, because the ratio is flipped. The planting unit is the one that makes 2 of them. So this is the loop, and then this is the singular 30 per minute out that goes into here. It makes 60 per minute shredding, and then this powder makes 120 per minute of the dense carbon, and that's what's needed for the build. 60 derp. Yeah, 60. It's 120% carbon powder that goes in the grinding unit. It comes back to 60. So with that, I managed to squeeze down the size a lot. I believe it's less. It's like 20% less space used versus the previous version. So that's the big fix that I made. And another nice thing about the fix is using so many less planters and seed picking units bumped me below 1.8k. So I only have a single burner burning this for 1600 extra plus 200 from the base is 1800. So that's enough to power my base, which means I actually have another profit of 1.5 per minute, because each of these thermals eats up 1.5 per minute. So yeah, the final values for Wuling is 12 per minute LC battery and almost 6 per minute of Yazhen syringe. Like I said, this will dip to 5 per minute every like 50 minutes for 10 minutes or so. So it's a minor dip, but for all intents and purposes, it is 6 per minute plus 12 per minute. That's the build. And I kind of both wanted to do something stupid and also like forward thinking a little, like, oh, what happens when the map actually does have 240 Ferrium Ore? For example, I want to be making both Jinjiao drink and also the Yazhen injection at the same time. So I made this semicircle, and then it duplicates for a circle. It's let's see, 120 out, and like I said, it is being supplemented by the import from Valley 4. And what's happening here is this makes the bottles and the parts, and the other side is the one that actually has the plants, and then it grinds the plants, and then the fluid comes here. Eventually, when I turn on the other half, the Jinjiao will be planted here, and it comes here, and then the pipe sends it back the other side. So it's just some stupid shit that I really wanted to do for the hell of it, and I think I'm really happy with this game. It's so fun to do stupid shit like this. It's more Zectronics at factory, but it really tickles that layout sixth sense. So yeah, right now I'm making 6 per minute Yazhen, and if I actually wanted Jinjiao, which is actually the same sell price, but if I wanted to stock some of it for my own use as well, I can just basically either change this to Jinjiao, or I can move the depot so that it starts sending, and then I move this one over so it stops here. So this is kind of like my mega switch to select what I'm building or what I'm producing. So yeah, that's the build, and similarly, I'm producing way more than Wuling's outpost can even buy. Like, it's almost at 0 already. It started at about half it started about half of this bar, half full. So I'm basically outpacing what they can actually come up with. So yeah, that's the addendum. I don't like I said, I don't think I'll be streaming any of the content until more factory game stuff comes out, the factory mechanics come out, and then I will make sure that all the mats that I have is up to date with whatever version of the game is. It's I mentioned around the end of last year, just like briefly looking at previews, that this game is not really a factory game in the factory game sense of like, oh, the factory must grow. It's more like a Zachtronics game where people will basically optimize the game to a specific ideal state in terms of math, and that has proven true. So yeah, checking what other people are doing, I'm glad that there is a consensus to what the maxed out math is, even if people have different solutions for different stuff. So yeah, great game. Again, I posted kind of like a more in-depth review and thoughts in the previous part 11. This is part 12, just an addendum just to fix the math and builds in the game right now. So yeah, that's it. Cool.